your pants on. Down, the best friend. She went and did the same thing. I'm really mad, but she won't know. Everything has gotta be cool when we living so cold. Feel it in your bones. You ain't gonna feel it till I'm gone. Caught up in your feelings, now you froze. And everything around you getting cold. The chill is in my bones. Caught up in my feelings, now I'm froze. I don't really feel it till you gone. And everything around me getting I'm gonzo, headed where the homie live, cause it's on though. I was chasing 3 women like I'm Mojo Jojo, so my girl got mad and she my bro. Monica, you're wrong though, that's against a bro code. Headed to his home though, no we living solo. Vertebrae, got this broken to his place. It's chin in space, from then I say it's evidence. You entertain my loyalty to infiltrate the only woman that I claim to risk your life to get some strange. All my anger is a pain, you didn't know that I'm a saint. I will blow your up, then I again. Go. Feel it in your bones. You ain't gonna feel it till I'm gone. Caught up in your feelings, now you froze. And everything around you getting cold. The chill is in my bones. Caught up in my feelings, now I'm froze. I don't really feel it till you gone. And everything around me getting cold.
First off, let me talk my got a couple things I gotta cross off my list. How you insomniac for sleeping on my it's a bad soundtrack, read the script. Born in the motherland, headed straight down to the south. Tennessee mornings with pops, working 3 jobs. I knew
Madden Football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Browns and the Packers. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Cleveland Browns taking on the NFC champions, the Green Bay Packers. Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude, and I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to, and he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handle winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. First carry now for A.J. Dillon. And he'll get a few yards here to the 34.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver, but he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front, so if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And this will be a Packers first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got the lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Jones has it. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. After all that, they only wind up with a yard. It's 2nd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Now Rodgers. Flush to us, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Myles Garrett gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Back deep, Jakeem Graham. This is brought in at the 21. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Watson off play action. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. First carry for Nick Chubb. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 38-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. Oh, he bowls over him. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave it with a 2nd and 3.
Next, the receivers have spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slash rushing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. On 1st and 10, Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Cooper, the man in motion left. On 2nd and 10, Watson. He's got his receiver, Cooper. Touchdown, Browns. Cooper, 26 yards. And the Browns are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym, preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And we are back. Biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, and both teams ready for the start of the second quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Tavon Austin now from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Been able to find Allen Lazard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Browns are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
Sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And this one is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again is Watson. Buying time to his left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
They go up the middle with Chubb. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves it with a 2nd and 3. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Packers' 24-yard line.
Cooper will come in motion right. From the 24, Watson. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
There's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
They'll try the air now with Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Watson. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Jones. They find some open field here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 43 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 37. A good pickup there at 20 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. That's thrown quickly out wide to Lazard. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for Browns TD. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. has the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the Pack up on 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And it's a fumble. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
The slot man in motion right. Following the fumble recovery, Watson. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively at 2nd down.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Watson, and he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been calling them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. York able to send this one through, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. These 2 teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
There he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. play, and it's second down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Swings this out for Hunt. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Brings up third down.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down. Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent gain.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Now they send a man in motion right. Chubb is into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one. I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
It's 2nd down.
Another try after the first down sack. Watson. Open man here, Schwartz, complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Schwartz. He's the pickup of 12 yards. Brings up 3rd and 6.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Well, still throwing here in the big third-quarter lead, but that time this defense gets a measure of revenge.
One of the few positive moments they've had on either side of the football, really. Things have definitely not gone their way, but maybe their offense can seize on this and put some points on the board.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game. And really, they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has not allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
From the 39, Rodgers. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Christian Watson, 39 yards. And the Packers take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Crosby with the extra point, and the lead's down to 24. After the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Browns drive about to get started. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Faking the give. Now Watson. Under pressure, they got him again. Chris Barnes, his 2nd sack of the night. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. Following that sack, Watson and the Browns backed up for a 3rd and long. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz, an even 90 yards. And the Browns are starting to open things up here in the Super Bowl. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that's quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. Just one more quarter remains in the season-long race for the Lombardi Trophy here in Super Bowl 57 from Glendale. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. From the 50, it's Watson. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? He'll look to throw. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the 1st.
1st and 10 at their 37-yard line.
And Chubb will try the middle here. And some room to run now. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 51 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
This thrown quickly on to Cooper. They get Jack Conklin there, the right tackle. Penalty, Chubb. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On 2nd and 12, Watson. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi Trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive, 1st and 10. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14.
Fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling him almost on the spot. That means you have to run there.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
But when this game is done, the credit will go to the consistent pressure on the quarterback as a huge cause of this win. Most teams are happy if they get a few of these games per year. You know they're going to watch this tape over and over, try to identify what's working, and keep it going.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. This complete to Jones. Room here to run. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. Throwing now is Rodgers. It's caught. Beckham.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to get the football here at their own 23. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they are trying to play it cool down the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. And Watson's going to throw it here. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Watson. Right back to Njoku.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
From the gun, here's Watson. Flushed out right. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders. Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently. Watson looks to throw again. And Watson has enough for the first down yardage as he slides to the turf. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, Watson. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football this way. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game. Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's Rodgers. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout that's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other. One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. One last shot at the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. And how about this? The dog pound gets the crowd. The Cleveland Browns.
It's another one.